Halifax, you are looking live inside the Scotiabank Center. It's day 2 of the 2023 U Sports Men's Final 8 Basketball Championship. This afternoon, Consolation matchup number 2, featuring the Atlantic University Conference runner-up and number 8 seed, the University of Prince Edward Island Panthers, versus the at-large berth from the Ontario University Athletics Conference and number 5 seed, Queen's University Gales. Good afternoon, everyone. Alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand. And Nate, these two programs coming off 2 losses where we saw them both leave it all on the floor in the quarterfinals. The Panthers took the number 1 seed, University of Victoria Vikes, to the brink of elimination. So we'll throw it over to the national anthem. Tip-off moments away.
Our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Qu'à t'embrasser, porter le pays, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Great rendition of O Canada, and there's the matchup. See the Panthers and the Gales. They'll go toe-to-toe here. Let's take a look at the road to the final, and we'll see in the next 2 games coming up here, Nate. The Vikes will take on the X-Men. The GGs will take on the Ravens. Those games will be outstanding. But this game right here, these 2 teams, just to follow up, let's set the stage. Last night, the Panthers took the Vikes to the brink of elimination. Had one opportunity down the stretch. It was a steal in the end by Robinson, by the Vikes on Miller to seal it. The Gales, on the other hand, they spotted the X-Men a 32-point lead, and they almost came back and completed the greatest comeback. That's the Final 8 Men's Basketball Championship. They fought hard. Queens fought like champions last night, and I have no doubt they will try again this afternoon to fight like champions to win this game.
Yeah, very different games. Obviously, the UPEI game was a lot more competitive. Queens found a way to make the X game competitive yesterday. But these are 2 high-level teams, class of the OUA, class of the AUS, and pride on the line here, and I know both teams are going to fight in this one.
And we are underway. The Gales will control the opening tip-off. Here's Connor Keith, 5th-year senior from Halifax, backing down Scott in the paint. Too easy. Connor Keith was pretty good. Steady Eddie last night. 16 points and 7 rebounds. Was a 6'8" 5th-year senior.
Yeah, made some really, really big plays in their comeback, and veteran leadership there. You know what you're going to get from Connor Keith.
Kamari Scott was equally outstanding last night for the Panthers. Scott, the junior from Malton, Ontario. 32 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. Here's Luca Silas. Luca flips it up and in, and Luca was good as well last night. 11 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. He got it done on both ends of the floor for the Gales. Scott now. Good movement. Scott out there. Miller had an outstanding game as well. Kamari with the mid-range, up and over. Michael Kelvin the second.
Picked up where he left off yesterday.
Here's Connor Kelly. Lucas Silas. Kelvin the second hits his first 3-pointer. They need this guy to be good. 6'6" sophomore last night. Struggled a little bit to find his range from downtown. He was 0 for 6 from three-point range, 1 for 7 on the game.
Yeah, that's a big shot for him. He needed that confidence boost.
Second chance opportunity. Kamari Scott lays it up and in. Here's Cole Silas. Solid as well. 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 9 assists for Cole last night. Luka, fade away, nothing but nylon. Luka Silas, 4 points here for the Gales. 5-point game. Here's Miller, draws the double. Nice pass inside. And the conversion is nothing but that.
Beautiful.
Outstanding catch in the lane there. Michael the second now. Kelly, three-pointer on the way. Leaves it short. Canada's best university men's volleyball teams head to Hamilton next weekend for the 2023 U Sports Men's Volleyball Championship. Catch every second of the action beginning Friday, March 17th, only on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and the CBC Olympic YouTube channel. Miller, three-pointer, air ball. Great closeout there by Michael II. Luka attacks the rim. John Alex Voss in the game for the first time for the Panthers. Here's Elijah Miller. Connor Keith closing out on him. Nice step through by Elijah. Can't finish with the right hand. Daryl Glenn wanted a foul. None coming. Kelly gets it back. Three-pointer for Kelly. Splash. Nothing but net. This guy was electric. 6'2", fourth-year senior from Brockville, Ontario. Nate, he was 3 for 8 from downtown with 15 points. And he got them within striking distance down the stretch with an important 3 out of the timeout. Called by Steph Barry. A beautiful drawn-up play as he was freed up on the pin-down screen.
That was one of the shots of the day yesterday. Incredible shot, timely fashion.
Batted around, picked up by Miller. Miller on the run out. Can't finish, and Elijah Miller off to a slow start. It will stay with the Panthers. Cameron Bett will come in, along with Brandon Altman. They did some heavy lifting off the bench as well for the Gales. Check out Altman's statistics. 17 points, 4 rebounds for Altman, the 6'8" sophomore from Kitchener, Ontario. Cameron Bett, equally as well effective off the bench, 14 points. He was 1 for 6 from downtown, struggled though a little bit. He's a 6'2", fifth-year senior from England.
And we should note the lineup change for the Panthers. John Alex Voss did not see any minutes yesterday, and Emmanuel Ndatuji, both number 7, got the start today, and those were both guys that didn't see any, if any, minutes yesterday. They're both 5th-year seniors, and Daryl Glenn's leaning on his seniors here to give them the Final 8 experience and bring some pride into play here to try and get a win for the Panthers.
And how important is that? Run out. Calvin the second punches it. Outstanding alley-oop there by Cole Silas. The vision to find the young man. Kelvin the second. Good start here for him.
Yeah, Michael Kelvin II didn't really get to show what he does at a high level yesterday, but he's an extremely athletic player. So here we've got a 2-on-1, great pass from Cole Silas, and Michael Kelvin II showing what he does, high rising.
6'6" sophomore from Ottawa, trying to rebound from last night, a tough night in his debut here at the Nationals. Cole Silas is 3 rims out. Isaiah Ankers into the game for the first time for the Panthers. Outstanding play defensively by Michael Calvin II with the steal. Cole
Nice
Silas with the spin move and finish in the lane. We got a chance to see the All-Canadian last night. He is coming out like a man with a mission. 10-point lead for the Gales.
Absolutely one of the premier players in the OUA over his career.
Nice pocket pass there by Ankra. Finds Kamari Scott. Kamari Scott seems to find a way down beneath the bucket without the basketball. Moves well without it. Finds that empty space on the floor to get his shot off.
Yeah, he had a lot of big timely shots yesterday, cutting behind the defense and finding openings, and he's a very, very smart player reading defense.
And a 3-second violation called on the Gales. Darren Clark and Sharendran will come in. Kelly will look to come in as well. So we'll step aside. We're back after these messages. The Gales up. You're watching U Sports on CBC. FLW Analytics from Boost Innovation is proud to bring you the 2023 U Sports Basketball Final 8 on CBC. This Canadian-built military-grade software provides guidance on 8 performance mindset characteristics, as well as knowledge of tactics and strategy in basketball. FLW Analytics, proven technology, is ready for its Canadian release. Learn more about the launch of FLW Analytics in Canada by visiting FLWanalytics.com or scan the QR code on your screen. So the Gales are off to a good start, leading 16-8 over the Panthers, getting some of their younger players involved early in this game. Important as Ankra goes right to the rim. He'll lay it up and in. He struggled offensively last night for the Panthers. Looking to rebound is Isaiah Ankra. Here's Altman. He'll spin in the lane on Sharendran. And Sharendran with the block. Darren Clark on the run-up. Ankra will pull it out. Mari Scott, low by, gets inside. Blocked by Altman. Outstanding defensive play by Brandon Altman to block that shot. And that's not an easy task to block that shot by Kamari Scott, because he can really finish around the rim.
No, and Brandon Altman was one of the bright spots for the game yesterday. Even while the struggles were happening in the first half, Brandon Altman was one of the guys that kept them afloat.
Nice finish there. Able to get it up and in. 8-point lead for the Gales. Here's Scott. Altman closing out. Ankra for 3. That'll rim out. Cameron Bett back the other way. Bett puts it up to Kelvin II. That's a very high difficult catch there. Canada's best university women's hockey will happen. Hit the ice next weekend at the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship in Montreal. Catch all the action beginning March 16th on CBCSports.ca and CBC Gem. Championship weekends all over the place, Nate, for women's hockey, men's hockey, men's volleyball, and women's volleyball, and it will go coast to coast, as you mentioned several times on the broadcast. That 3 is missed by Scott. It's Christmas for all the U Sports fans.
Absolutely. And this is the time of the year that student athletes all across the country work for, is to peak at this time and give their best performances at nationals. So fun time for sports fans, and a lot of dreams made for student athletes at this time of the year.
Aaron Clark finishes down the other end, cuts the lead to 6. His first field goal for the Panthers. Kelvin the second chases down the loose ball. Second chance coming up. Nope. They got to get the shot to reset the shot clock. Beck for 3. Hits the rim. Chased down by Kelly. Connor Keith back in there for the Gales. Skip pass to Kelvin the second. This time it won't go. Aaron Clark with the rebound. Looking to run. He'll lose the handle, then turn it over on the end line. We'll have substitutions for both sides. Cole Silas and Sam Chisholm will come in, respectively. We'll look at Connor Kelly.
Queens is bringing really good energy to start this game. You know, they had a very bad taste in their mouths from that performance against X yesterday. And you can see there's a concerted effort to fly around defensively, fly around for loose balls, and give a much better effort today.
Ankra with the steal. Isaiah looking to push. Isaiah now. Cal Brooks looking for a screen from Sharendran. Dismisses it. Fade away. Throws up the air ball. Great closeout by Cole Silas. Silas to the rim. Won't go. Ankra back the other way. Attacking Bet off the bounce. And he'll be called for the offensive foul. Outstanding defense in transition by Cameron Beck.
Yeah, great hustle back. Got his feet in set, and definitely Ankra extended the arm there. So it's a good call and great effort play there by Cam Beck.
47 seconds remaining in the opening frame. As David Aon will check in for the first time for the Gales, a 6'6" freshman from Calgary. Here's Beck. Quick ball movement by the Gales. Aon. Beck, three-pointer, yes! Rattles it in. Cameron Beck from way downtown knocks down the 3.
Doing it on both ends. It's a big shot there for Cam Beck.
Sharendran. Here's Clark, surveying, splits the D. Left hand finish, beautiful move.
Nice take.
By Darren Clark. And that'll do it. After 1, Queens leading 21-14. We're back after these messages. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports here on CBC.
Behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Fans, you too can celebrate each U Sports team's gold medal with Victory, your very own commemorative apparel from T. Litson Sports. Swimming fans of the UBC Thunderbirds and U of T Varsity Blues, while wrestling fans of the Brock Badgers and Alberta Panthers have been flocking to shop.usports.ca to purchase their piece of history. on Monday. The championship collection from this tournament will be available for purchase. But hurry, supplies will go fast on this limited time offer. That's the U Sports Championship collection on sale at shop.usports.ca. Alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand. 10 minutes down here in his consolation bracket number 2. Panthers and Gales, and a different Gales team in the first 10 minutes that we saw yesterday. 21 points, controlling much of the tempo, playing their game, and that's the game that we anticipated to see right off the onset in this tournament.
Very strong start for Queens. I think it's worth noting Cole Silas, number 8, their first team All-Canadian and All-Conference player. Both hands heavily taped. The left hand has 2 of his middle fingers taped, and right hand has his pinky finger taped. So it's going to be interesting to see how that factors in today. He looks like he's clearly not anywhere close to 100%.
Ankara able to finish at the start of this second quarter, yes. And that's just a sign of a warrior. A guy that's just putting it on the line for the betterment of the team. How important is that to have guys like that in your lineup?
Well, he's been doing it at an incredibly high level throughout his career. He's really the engine that's driven Queens to get to this point, going to back-to-back nationals. You know, one of the cream of the crop premier players in the OUA and first team All-Canadian for a reason. He was fantastic yesterday.
Here's the aforementioned Cole Silas Jenkins for 3, puts it in. Jenkins able to knock down the 3-pointer. Silas, OUA first team All-Star. 6'5", fourth-year senior from Kingston. The pride of LaSalle Secondary. He has done it all in the OUA and in the national stage. Back-to-back, Queens making it here. And Silas will lay it up and in. So those wraps on his fingers and wrists seem to be not affecting the way he plays.
No, you can see he's kind of playing with the tape, and it's probably bothering him a little bit. But this guy's a winner and a champion. He's not going to use that as any kind of an excuse. Great pass there.
And a 3-ball by AR. David knocking down the 3. Great court pass by Cole Silas. And a foul here on the Gales.
We're going to take a look at some of the threes from Queens. Off to a fantastic start, moving the ball really well. There, Michael Kelvin II, who struggled yesterday, making his first. Moving in the flow of their offense. Number 7, big shot for him. Nice kick out, clean look, moving the ball well. Cam Beck contested, doesn't matter, he drains it.
To Cal Brooks for 3, leaves it short. Olivier St. Pierre into the game for the Panthers. Jenkins back-to-back, yes sir, Scott Jenkins. 6 points in the quarter, and it forces Daryl Glenn to call a timeout.
And another open 3. It's got to be addressed for the Panthers if they want to get back into this one. Too many clean looks.
32-16, the Gales pulling it on here. Getting contributions from their reserves, and that's always a great thing to see if you're Steph Barry.
I think Queens is a lot better than they showed yesterday, especially in the first half against X. And,
absolutely.
And they showed the heart of a champion to battle back into that game.
We're back after these messages. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports on CBC. Welcome back to Halifax. The Queens Gales leading it 32-16 alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand. 7:54 remaining in the second quarter. And the Gales playing their game early in this one. Carrying over to the second quarter, Nate, and they're showing you why they're one of the premier teams in the country.
Yeah, this is danger time for UPEI. They've got to make a run here these last 8 minutes. Obviously, Queens has them doubled up right now, and it can get ugly quickly if UPEI doesn't swing back here.
They need this man to get going. That's Elijah Miller. Miller will get to the line to shoot two. Shoots it at 91% from the free-throw line. That was second best in the AUS. Averaged 19 points per game. The AUS MVP this season.
Yeah, and Elijah Miller was absolutely incredible yesterday. You have to imagine he's got vapors in the tank today. He was superhuman yesterday.
Cole Silas now, also superhuman for the Gales. Lucas Silas. Scott Jenkins off the bounce, trying to back down Brooks. Brooks not having it. Goes it inside. Keith's got to get it up. Can't get it up in time. Good help on the help line. Good run out. And Sam Chisholm blows the layup.
That hurts.
Nice catch by Silas. CBC Sports is your home for the 2023 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championship from Vancouver. Catch the best in University Women's Volleyball starting Friday, March 17th on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Olympics YouTube channel. So a foul on Cole Silas. He'll in full disagreement. He'll go to the bench. Cameron Bett and Connor Kelly will come in. Scott Jenkins will sit down. Quality minutes by Scott off the bench. Huge for the Gales.
Yeah, and Cole Silas hates the call there, but he definitely gave him the old elbow wraparound chicken wing, and no doubt about it, that was an offensive foul.
Can't have chicken wings out on the hard court, right?
No, you can't.
Sometimes they're greasy, sometimes they're not. Scott leaves it short. Here's the bet, and Scott will get caught. Good run out here. You can see the Gales really looking to move the basketball down the other end in transition. Push it, getting that high up-tempo game, and force UPEI to get back on defense.
Yeah, and Queens fans note and OUA fans note that that's one of the things that earned Steph Berry Coach of the Year award nationally this year. Is he's totally changed his offensive philosophy over the last 2 years. Prior to the last 2 years, it was a Princeton offense, more of a slow-down, half-court based offense, and they went to more of an attacking transition offense. So, Great coaches know their personnel, and he made a huge adjustment over the last 2 years, which has led to a lot of their success.
Brooks able to finish down the other end, cuts the lead to 12. Bet with the floater game, nothing but net. Smooth move there in the paint by Cameron Bet. Lead back up to 14. Here's Miller trying to get loose on the baseline. Sam Chisholm with the pull-up, and he'll knock down the mid-range.
Chisholm gave him some huge minutes yesterday, so he wants to get back on track. That was a big shot for him.
Kelvin the second. Cameron Bett, back-to-back. Can't get it to fall. Trying to knock down that three. Here's Chisholm on the run out. Loses the handle, but he's fouled by Connor Kelly. He'll go to the line, shoot a pair. Chisholm, sophomore from Bridgetown, Nova Scotia. 75% free throw shooter, averaging 9 points per game for the Panthers. Brandon Altman will come back for the Gales. Keefe will sit down.
Yeah, and you can see Chisholm's just not the same player as he was yesterday. Don't know if it's fatigue or if he's nursing some kind of an injury or just needs to get in sync. But they need him to get going for sure. And he goes 0 for 2 from the line. Visibly frustrated.
Looks like we have a foul on the block out. It's on Michael Kelvin II, trying to block out Kamari Scott. Kamari Scott is not the biggest player out there. No disrespect to him. You look at Kamari Scott and his measurables. He's only 6'3", but he plays taller than his height.
He plays huge. Yeah, he's a jack of all trades for UPEI. You know, defends at a high level, can shoot it, slasher, and attacks the glass. And he's almost like an undersized 4 in a wing's body, and he's been fantastic.
Can't finish at the rim. That shot was altered. As Bet almost turns it over just to finish up on Scott. 3rd in the AUS in total rebounds. Average 14 points per game. He's the junior from Malton, Ontario.
Yeah, and anytime you play small ball, there's someone that has to sacrifice for the team, right? And I think that's Scott. He plays an undersized 4 position as a 6'3" guy, but plays huge, rebounds, defends bigger players, and you know, he's the one that makes small ball work for the Panthers.
Cameron Beck with the 3-pointer. And the beat goes on for the Gales. Explosive offense here in the first half. Ankra spins inside, gets Altman in the air. And Altman will be called for the basket interference.
First misstep for Queens so far today.
Here's Silas inside.
Nice pass.
And hard fall and look out, and let's hope that Connor Kelly's okay. Oh, man.
Looks like he's holding his hand, and he's definitely in pain.
You see the anguish and anxiety on the face of Sam Chisholm there. Let's hope that Connor Kelly is okay here, and Coach Barry out there to look at Kelly shaking up on the play. Training staff for the Gales as well.
Yeah, we hope he's okay. He's been playing lights out this weekend.
Yeah, he's been dynamite for sure. 6'2" from Brockville, Ontario. They're going to take their time, and they should. Kelly helped up to his feet. He'll make his way under his own power to the Gales bench. And I can read his lips, said he's okay.
Yeah, it looks like he's smiling a little bit, so that's a great sign. Looks like it shouldn't be anything too serious.
Outstanding job there by the training staff from Queen's University, taking care of these young student athletes. That's important. All the programs in youth sports have outstanding training staff. Put some tireless minutes and hours and days. It's a all-year affair. It's 365 days.
So true, so true. And people outside of sports don't know the impact and the difference that trainers make, keeping athletes healthy. You know, in the NBA, it's started to get some recognition with the load management and yeah, long hours in the gym, and they travel with
right.
the team anytime they go on the road, and it's a selfless job, but athletes and coaches appreciate them greatly.
Jenkins able to knock down a couple free throws. Well, you and I would know for sure. You played at this level of basketball and played football, and trust me, I was very thankful for the training staff at St. Mary's University.
And a lot of times the trainers are taping bodies together and just keeping guys going at this time of the year.
Try 2-a-days in July for football.
So true.
No joke, for sure. Cold tubs, they were my savior. Whistle away from the ball. Canada's best university men's hockey teams head to Charlottetown next week for the 2023 Cavendish Farms University Cup Championship. Catch every second of the exciting action beginning March 16th on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and the CBC Sports app. Good look at Scott Jenkins. Quality minutes off the bench for Steph Barry.
Yeah, he gave them a big lift yesterday, especially when Cam Beck fouled out. Jenkins stepped on the floor and gave them some huge minutes and big plays down the stretch.
Whistle here. And we're looking at Cameron Betts, got some blood on that right knee area. He'll check out immediately. He'll get looked after. David Aon will come in for the Gales. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Gales lead it 39-24.
And if you're a Panthers fan, you want to see them make a run here and finish this second quarter strong. It's been almost all Queens here. Panthers need a spark.
Aon almost came up with that steal. 6 on the shot clock for the Panthers. Miller gets inside. Tough shot forced there by Luka Silas. Outstanding on the ball defense. Here's Luka now. Jenkins blow by on the baseline on Chisholm. Late whistle. And Scott Jenkins definitely worked for that one. He'll shoot 2.
Hate that call if you're a Panthers fan. Absolutely. That one's a bailout. But again, talk about tireless work. Officials definitely do some tireless work and don't get a lot of thanks for the work that they do. So give them the benefit of the doubt.
So Chisholm will pick up his second personal. Panthers over the limit. Gales will shoot free throws the rest of the way. Jenkins is up to double digits. He's got 10 off the bench for the Gales. Here's Clark. Quick ball movement to Chisholm. Chisholm trying to take Jenkins off the bounce. And Chisholm count it plus the foul. So he says to Jenkins down the other end, I can do just like you can on the other end offensively.
Absolutely, and that's a big one for Chisholm. You can see that he was frustrated with how he's playing so far, so that's going to be a confidence boost for him and for the Panthers. Big basket there.
So Chisholm completes the three-point play. Full court pressure being applied here by the Panthers. Trying to up the tempo.
Great play.
And forces the offensive foul on Luka Silas.
And again, just shows Brooks' value. Jack of all trades. He's everywhere for the Panthers, and great job sacrificing his body there. Let's take another look at that. Queens breaking out in transition. Brooks sets his feet, takes it like a champ. Big play.
And David Aon will come in for Luka. How important is it to change the pace when it comes to defense? You saw in that last defensive sequence by the Panthers, picking up full court. Clark, three-pointer, and Steph Barry says, I'll need a timeout here. Quick 5 points for the Panthers, forces the Gales into a timeout.
And you can see the difference that a drawn charge can make on momentum. UPEI offensively on that possession had an extra pep in their step. Really nice drive and kick, and there was no doubt about it that they were going to make that shot. Those are huge momentum plays, and starts with defense, starts with hustle and energy, and I think that can give UPEI the spark they need to get back in this one.
11-point lead for the Gales. They're playing their game. But basketball is a game of runs. Panthers, as you mentioned, need to find some resolve at the end of this first half. Try to get it into a manageable situation under double digits.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday. The Queens X game was a textbook example of not giving up, battling back, making some adjustments, adjusting your effort, adjusting your mindset, and not quitting in the game. And Queens took X down to the wire after, arguably one of the best offensive performances I've seen this year, with X scoring 65 points in the first half yesterday. So UPEI is going to take the same kind of mentality. They're not going to quit on this game, and they're going to try to find a way to battle back.
Yeah, this Queens team had 63 points in the second half versus St. X. They just decided, okay, we need to play with pride. We need to compete at a very high level. We know we can. we're supposed to be here because we are one of the best teams in the country, and they really showed it in that second half. Jenkins is 3 from way out.
Bad shot there. Bad shot there. I'm sure Steph Berry is furious about that shot coming out of a timeout.
The Gales ended up with 6 players in double digits after they calmed things down and didn't get in that track meet in the first 20 minutes. It was that grind game in that third quarter. Lots of fouls being committed, but they were able to knock down free throws and slow up the pace and took X out of their game. Chisholm for 3. That won't fall. Second chance coming up. Clark, pull up, tough shot forced by Jenkins. Standing closeout there by Scott. Connor Keith inside. That's just a mismatch. Grown man's move inside for Connor Keith.
He does that really, really well. Sealing and posting in transition. That's something that Queens looks for in their offense, and Connor Keith has mastered that.
13-point lead for the Gales. Backdoor, and Brooks finishes with the reversal.
Great finish there by DeKel Brooks.
Connor Keith now. Jenkins off the bounce. Keith got Chisholm on him, decides, okay, I got to take it inside. He'll lay it up and in. Great basketball, high basketball IQ play by Connor Keith. Knew he had Sam Chisholm on his back. He's about a foot taller than him. Said, I'm going to take you inside and finish at the rim.
Yeah, and this is a really interesting lineup UPEI has on the floor right now. It's really 5 guards on the floor, which you rarely see. So Connor Keith is taking advantage of that.
Brooks knocks down the triple. Lead down to 10. And this is what they did last night versus the Vikes. Just try to keep within striking distance. Kelvin the second, splash. Big shot from Michael with the corner 3. Puts the lead back up to 13.
Showing that game yesterday was an aberration for him, getting back on track as a shooter. Really nice stroke there.
Outstanding rebound in the first 20 minutes here for Michael Kelvin the second. 12.3 remaining in the first half. And the Gales will call a timeout as Steph Berry will try to draw something up. Taking nothing for granted, not saving those timeouts, and you know how important that is.
No, and I guarantee 12.3 seconds left here. He's going to draw something up for Connor Keith to get a post touch. You know, so this is on Daryl Glenn. This is the chess match. It's a game within a game. You know, Daryl Glenn is, you know, for me, I would go sub and bring a big man in because this is absolutely going to be an ISO for Connor Keith on the block, posting up a smaller man.
100%?
I'm calling that. If there's no sub, this is going to be Connor Keith on the block, for sure.
I love putting you on the spot every now and then. Every game I'm going to put you on the spot. You better be ready.
Hey, I'll put money on that. I'll put money on that. If they don't do it, I bet Steph Berry's going to be upset.
So they'll look to go inside out, and their three-point shooting has been electric as well. They've been knocking down some threes. Jenkins, he's got 2 in the game. Cameron Bett's got a couple, and so does Michael Kelvin the second.
Yeah, very different game from what we saw yesterday. You know they wanted to prove a point and show the country what type of team Queens actually is, and they've come out firing on all cylinders in this game and trying to go out on a high note here with 12.3 left.
Most definitely. That was not the Queens Gales last night. I've watched these guys all season long, and I've kept my eye on every single conference, and that was not their team for 40 minutes. They played it, their style of basketball for 20, and it just wasn't enough down the stretch. Good
high ball screen, Connor Keith, and he's open.
Aon for 3, leaves it short, can't get it to fall. Nonetheless, a 13-point lead for the Gales. And you're chuckling, you're even shaking your head, you're even pointing down in the direction.
Steph Berry's upset. Steph Berry's upset. That's not what he drew up there. Guaranteed that's not what he drew up there. But, hey, they still got a 13-point lead. They've been in control, and UPEI's got to find some answers here at halftime.
They'll have 20 minutes to do it, and we'll have some information coming from Steph Barry as we'll speak to him, as we'll interview him and get his perspective. But he's got to be happy about the first 20 minutes in this game than he was last night, for sure.
Absolutely. No, Queens has been fantastic, offensively and defensively. This is the game plan they drew up, and significantly better than the team that we saw yesterday. So I'm sure Steph Barry's seen a lot of positives, and
a lot of positive indeed. And standing by is the head coach for the Gales, Steph Barry. Coach, your perspective on the first 20 this game in comparison from last night.
I'd be happy if we never mentioned last night again. Obviously we had a decent first half tonight, and I'm just glad the guys sort of took this in stride. Look, this isn't the game that people want to be playing in. They want to be playing in the semi today, and it's an emotional letdown to not succeed last night. So. I give our guys, some credit. We talked about it. At this point, it's just about character. It's just about, showing up and working hard, because, there's a lot of people that would want to be playing in this game. Kids, that aren't playing today across U Sport. Kids that, have had injuries. Like, don't be entitled. Don't take this for granted. This is another opportunity to play U Sport game against a great team in a great tournament, great venue, and so. Let's do what we do and treat it the right way, and our guys have done that so far, so I'm happy about that.
And what are you looking for in the next 20 minutes?
Well, we got to make a few adjustments. They started to heat up a little bit in the second half, and we got a couple guys in foul trouble, so there's a few adjustments we have to make defensively. And then offensively, we just can't fall in love with the three too much. We have a size advantage over them, so we got to make sure that we're focusing on getting the ball in the paint, get it to our bigs inside, because they're having, pretty high field goal percentage when they get the ball in there. So, again, we just can't fall in love with the three and make sure we're scoring in a more of a paint mindset.
Thanks for this, Coach. We appreciate you. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much. You guys are doing a great job.
Appreciate it. Right there. You heard from him. Straight facts, Nate. Straight facts from Steph Barry, the U Sports Coach of the Year. Outstanding job he has done for the Gales.
Yeah, and Steph Barry's been very well respected as a coach for a long time, and as a former OUA coach, I had to battle him day in, day out, and he knows what he's talking about.
So at the half, Gales lead by 13. We're back after these messages with the Wilson Halftime Report. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
This season, catch the best in Atlantic University sport excitement at home or on the go with AUS TV. Soccer, rugby, football, volleyball, hockey, basketball, and more. Tune in at AUSTV.ca. All your favorite university teams showcasing their talents in one place. AUS TV, powered by Bell Alliant. They bring it to the court. They bring it to the field. They bring it to the ice. And now they bring it to you. Presented by Subway, the official fuel of Atlantic University sport.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
Certaines personnes arrivent à l'université en sachant ce qu'elles vont faire dans la vie. D'autres viennent pour le découvrir. Peu importe la raison, elles trouveront leur chemin à l'Université d'Ottawa. Un chemin vers la connaissance et vers le succès. Vous étudierez avec des professeurs qui sont des leaders dans leur domaine. 89 d'entre eux sont titulaires de chaires de recherche du Canada. Tout au long de votre parcours, des mentors, des conseillers et des accompagnateurs vous appuieront pour que vous développiez votre plein potentiel.
It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite. Of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais. Quand toutes les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second. Chase the glory. Visez haut.
Behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Here are the nominees for the Stuart W. Aberdeen Memorial Trophy, presented to the 2023 Fox 40 U Sports Men's Basketball Coach of the Year. Voici les candidats pour le trophée commémoratif Stuart W. Aberdeen, présenté à l'entraîneur de l'année Fox 40 U Sport en basketball masculin. Des sports universitaires de l'Atlantique from the AUS, Tyrell Vernham, Université Saint-FX University. Du réseau du sport étudiant du Québec from the RSEQ, Mario Joseph, l'Université du Québec à Montréal, UQAM. Du sport universitaire de l'Ontario from the OUA, Stephen Berry, Université Queen's University. Et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne from Canada West, Kirby Shep, Université du Manitoba, University of Manitoba. Le lauréat du trophée commémoratif Stuart W. Aberdeen et le prix Fox 40 présenté à l'entraîneur de l'année est the winner of the Stuart W. Aberdeen Trophy and the Fox 40 U Sports Men's Basketball Coach of the Year is Stephen Berry, Université Queen's University.
Back in Halifax at the half. Gales lead by 13. Alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand. After 20 minutes, and let's take a look at the stats, the numbers, the Wilson numbers.
Yeah, the offense is just coming too easy for Queens, and the numbers tell the tale. All percentages are way too high if you're a UPEI fan. So 51% from the field, 47% from three, 100% from the free throw line. Shows they're clicking on all cylinders offensively, and it's just too high quality shots. UPEI's got to change that in the second half.
So a rebound. If you're UPEI, if you're the Gales, you just need to keep doing what you're doing and carrying over to the next 20 minutes. And standing by right now is the head coach, as we'll get an opportunity to speak to Daryl Glenn from the UPEI Panthers. Coach Glenn.
How are you?
Your perspective on the first 20 minutes, Coach.
Again, a really good team, shoots the ball very well coached. We knew we were going to have some challenges contesting some of their shots, and they move really well without the ball, so we're going to have to do a significantly better job of guarding them, especially off the ball, but we're still allowing them to catch and get rhythm shots, and that's something we don't want to allow, so we've got to get better in that area for sure.
Now, you decided to play small ball, go with a guard-orientated lineup. Why the choice?
Well, we're really banged up inside, so we've kind of been forced to go small ball, and we've been in that situation a few times throughout the year. We're not a big team to begin with, so if we lose any size at all, it's a real challenge for us. But we're gonna go out there and compete, and do a much better job of defending, at least on the perimeter, and take away some of those wide open jump shots.
And how do you do it on the offensive end in the next 20?
I think when we've got out and run in transition, we've been able to get some opportunities to score. So I think, continuing to push the ball in transition, we've got to do a better job of moving off the ball. Because again, when we've done that, we've had some clear opportunities to finish at the rim and get wide open layups and wide open jump shots. So I think our bigger issue right now is how are we going to get stops? Because if we don't get stops, we don't get runouts, and if we don't get runouts, then it's much more difficult for us to score.
Thanks for this, Coach. We appreciate you. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much.
We're back after these messages. You're watching CBC Sports' continuous coverage of the 2023 U Sports Final 8 Men's Basketball Championship.
Some people come to university knowing exactly what they want to do in life. Others come to discover it. Either way, there's a path for them at U Ottawa. A path to knowledge, a path to success. You study with professors who are leaders in their field. 89 of them hold Canada Research Chairs. Along your path, you will find student mentors, counselors, and coaches. All there to give you the support you need to be the best you can be.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi, when you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
Behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
The nominees for the Ken Shields Award for Excellence in Basketball, Academics and Community Involvement are... Les candidats pour le prix Ken Shields pour l'excellence dans le basketball, les études et l'engagement communautaire sont des sports universitaires de l'Atlantique from the AUS, John Alex Voss, Université de l'Île du Prince-Édouard, UPEI. Du réseau du sport étudiant du Québec from the RSEQ, Charles Robert, Université Bishop's University. Du sport universitaire de l'Ontario from the OUA, Aidan Warnholtz, Université Carleton University. Et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne from Canada West, Adam Page, l'Université de l'Alberta, University of Alberta. Le lauréat du prix Ken Shields pour l'engagement communautaire est, the winner of the Ken Shields Award for Community Service is Adam Page, l'Université de l'Alberta, University of Alberta.
Back in Halifax at the half here, third quarter, moments away, 13-point lead for the Gales at the halftime. You got a chance, Nate, to see some of the U Sports athletes who left a mark on the world this fall as well, unveiling one of the U Sports men's basketball award winners. congratulations to all the award winners in U Sports men's basketball. They do an outstanding job of covering the league coast to coast, all 4 conferences, to recognize the coaches, the players, the training staffs, the programs. It's so important to recognize their efforts all year long.
Absolutely, and that's something that, the recognition is a side effect of winning and success. But as athletes and as coaches, obviously it's always great to be recognized for your craft and all the hard work you put in. And the debate as coaches is always, how can we have more awards given, right, and more recognition for our athletes, because there's just so many great players and great coaches all across Canada that there's not enough awards to go around for how many elite athletes deserve to be recognized.
And they're always recognized during the Wilson halftime report in between breaks and the third quarter underway. The Gales will start with possession.
UPEI starting in zone in the 5-guard lineup that they showed towards the end of the first half.
Lucas Silas will lay it up and in, lead up to 15. Starting lineup here for the Gales, but it was the young guns. Young men, you can call it the diaper dandies if you want, the sophomores. Michael Kelvin, the second, 10 points in the first 20 minutes. And off the bench, the other sophomore, Scott Jenkins from Hamilton, Ontario. He also had 10. They were outstanding in the first 20 for the Gales.
Definitely gave their team a big lift. And this is going to be interesting to watch this contrast of styles here in the second half if UPEI is forced to stay with this undersized lineup. And Coach Glenn pointed it out in his interview that they're banged up, especially in the front court. And we should mention Cameron King-Brown, number 25 from UPEI. We haven't seen him yet today, but he was an absolute beast yesterday. He played some huge minutes, had 3 big blocks that were major factors in that game, and they're definitely missing him right now.
For sure, 11 points, 3 blocks as you mentioned, and 5 rebounds. Darren Clark's 3. Can't get it to go. Keefe inside, taking advantage of the height advantage, and Kamari Scott will be called for the foul. So Connor Keefe, he'll shoot a pair. Halifax native in his 5th year. He'll finish his career right at home. And how special is that for Connor Keefe?
Connor Keefe has had a fantastic career at Queens. He's a guy that's always accepted his role. I remember talking to my team in scouting reports, talking about him being a fantastic screener, right? Like all the X factor things that you need from a big man. Crashes the outboards extremely hard, rolls hard to the rim, great passer. He just knows his role and plays it to a T.
Well, I'll give a shout out to his former head coach in high school, Tim McGarrigle, as Sam Chisholm will finish off the class. Played at Halifax Grammar School, and that's an outstanding institution for student athletes. It's not only a good basketball school, but an outstanding academic school as well.
Absolutely, and you talk about people that deserve recognition. How about high school coaches and youth coaches all across Canada? And the system of basketball and most sports in Canada is built on volunteerism, right? And you talk about people sacrificing hours and hours and hours of their time without a lot of thanks for what they do. And also the support of the families of each one of these elite athletes, driving their kids to tournaments, and finding gym time for them and helping their development to get to this stage.
And we got a lot of the future here in Halifax taking in these games. A lot of basketball teams, young basketball minor teams here at the Scotiabank Center. As Miller knocks down the jumper, and you can see Miller deploying his team to play hard. Kelly can't get the 3 to fall. Lucas Silas loses the handle on the way up. Good sign to see Connor Kelly out there as he was shaken up in that second quarter. He's able to leave the court under his own power. Brooks will drop the 3. And the ball will get caught in the net, and That's a quick 5 points for the Panthers. Still battling is Daryl Glenn's team. They know that they came into this game, and you mentioned it. Coach Glenn mentioned it as well. They were down a few men.
Yeah, and let's take a look at that last shot here by DeKel Brooks. Really an X-factor guy for UPEI, and him hitting a big shot there is a great sign for the Panthers.
11-point lead for the Gales. Cole Silas taking Miller inside, drops it off. And Silas will be called for the walk. Looked like he tried to get downhill on Miller. Try to force Miller to play off the bounce. Elijah, a slow start in this game, along with Kamari Scott. Miller had 4 in the first 21 for 6 from the field. Scott, 6 points. Chisholm can't get it to fall on 3 of 7 shooting. Not the same productivity from those two individuals from last night. Got to give full credit to the defense by the Gales. Altman takes his time and lay it up and in. And Kamari Scott did his best to try to keep Brandon Altman away from the rim.
Yeah, and this UPEI is in a really tough spot here, having to play undersized against Queens. That's a big, strong, physical team. You know, I know firsthand from coaching in the OUA for 5 years that OUA teams, especially the elite ones, know how to expose mismatches and attack them. And that's something that Queens is going to do over and over and over, is pick on UPEI's lack of size and using their strength and size advantage.
Well, that's what scouting reports are about, right? Chisholm lays it up and in. Nice finish there by Sam Chisholm off the inbound play. Here's Cameron Beck. Altman draws the double. Altman trying to power his way in. Kelvin the second for 3. Altman trying to keep it alive. Sam Chisholm with the block out, and Altman will be called for the foul over the back.
Big box out there by Sam Chisholm, and that's what UPEI is going to have to do here is punch above their weight class and play above their measurements and size. So a great job by Chisholm there.
So Altman will go to the bench. Connor Keefe will be summoned back in by the Gales. Isaiah Ankrum out there now for the Panthers. And Darren Clark will draw the foul on Kelvin the second. And he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Clark, freshman from Hamilton, shoots it at 50% from the stripe.
Yeah, and there you see there's advantage and disadvantages on mismatches. The advantage that UPEI has will be speed and athleticism on the perimeter. And you know, Darren Clark took full advantage there. A really nice dribble drive attack.
Gets the first one to go. Gets the second to go. So it's down to 9. Chipping away. The Panthers trying to find some resolve. Oh, nice move. Bet can't get it to fall. Kept alive by Lucas Silas. Here's Cole Silas. He'll spin in the lane, loses the handle, gets it back. Smooth operator. There's Cole Silas. He'll finish with the left hand. Here's Anchor now. Brooks for 3. Can't get it to fall. And a foul.
Going to take a look at this last play for Queens here. Cole Silas, 6'5", long, battling through injuries, and just sticks with it. Great move there by Cole Silas, the All-Canadian.
Absolute warrior. Absolute warrior. Showing the nation why he is one of the best players in the country. Cole Silas for 3 in the corner. Last touch by Kamari Scott. That's the right call.
Yeah, and you can see there right after he took the shot, Cole Silas shaking his hand out, and that's where the taping on the hand really comes into play, is long-range shooting, and you can tell it's definitely bothering him, but he's a warrior. He's going to keep fighting through it.
Averages 18 points per game in the regular season, shoots it at 29% from downtown. Got to get it up under 5. And he'll be called for the walk this time. Kamari Scott able to get on the help line to force that. So 11-point lead for the Gales. We're back on the other side. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Certaines personnes arrivent à l'université en sachant ce qu'elles vont faire dans la vie. D'autres viennent pour le découvrir. Peu importe la raison, elles trouveront leur chemin à l'Université d'Ottawa. Un chemin vers la connaissance et vers le succès. Vous étudierez avec des professeurs qui sont des leaders dans leur domaine. 89 d'entre eux sont titulaires de chaires de recherche du Canada. Tout au long de votre parcours, des mentors, des conseillers et des accompagnateurs vous appuieront pour que vous développiez votre plein potentiel.
FLW Analytics from Boost Innovation is proud to bring you the 2023 U Sports Basketball Final 8 on CBC. This Canadian-built military-grade software provides guidance on 8 performance mindset characteristics as well as knowledge of tactics and strategy in basketball. FLW Analytics proven technology is ready for its Canadian release. Learn more about the FLW launch in Canada by visiting flwanalytics.com or scan the QR code on your screen. Panthers with possession here out of the break. Clark's 3, a little short. Good closeout there by Cole Silas.
I think Cole Silas actually got a hand on that, so great defensive play there by Cole Silas.
Quick movement to Lucas Silas. On a back down Chisholm. Stolen by Miller. Miller gets it back, trying to get down the other end. Great vision. Scott couldn't come up with it. Silas with the steal though. Hand in the passing lane. Cameron Bett in rhythm. Left the 3 a little short. Now, this is the part of the game that Coach Barry talked about. Didn't want to try to get away from being 2-3 happy in the second half.
Absolutely, and it's really interesting to watch this matchup right now, the 5 guards versus a long physical lineup from Queens. Very much a contrast to styles, and the UPEI is not going to use that as an excuse for 1 second.
Here's Bett again off the screen. Keep posting up inside. Cole Silas, quick movement. Aeon's got to hurry, has to get busy. Spin, fade away. Got it! Man, we have seen that move throughout this tournament. And I gotta give credit to all of these schools. It's the Larry Bird move, it's the Kobe Bryant move, it's the Jordan move, all those errors, and they are showing some outstanding fadeaway move in the paint. They just get to their spot on the floor, Nate, and they know they got the confidence to pull up and fade away.
Yeah, and let's take another look at that play by Aeon. That was a high-level fadeaway, using his size, using his length, backing him down. Beautiful fadeaway. That's poetry in motion. Great shot there by Aeon.
It looks like a carbon copy by Guillaume Pepin.
Yes.
In that game yesterday.
Yep.
And like I said, you got to give credit to the greats. And these kids have very high basketball IQ. They watch these boys, right? They watch and they learn and they want to be just like them. And the next game coming up, semifinal number 1, a championship battle of heavyweight fight between two OUA teams. It's a rematch of the Wilson Cup. The Carleton Ravens, the Ottawa Gee-Gees, they will go toe-to-toe here at the Scotiabank Center, and it will be an epic one. 6 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time. Do not miss it. If you can't get here at the Scotiabank Center, make sure you tune in on CBC Sports on the Gem or the .ca, because the action will be intense. You and I will be here, Nate Philippe, and just to tee up that game, both of those teams, they want it.
They want it bad, and for people who don't know the background, Carleton, Ottawa is like Duke, North Carolina in the NCAA, right? It's one of the greatest rivalries that we have in Canada, and Ottawa sees Carleton as the team that's in their way of winning a national championship, and they would love to break through, and for the Ravens, it's a dynasty unlike anything we've seen in Canada. 16 championships. The first one started in 2003, and they really haven't looked back. Connor Keefe, count it, plus the foul. Connor Keefe is just a beast this afternoon. Got plenty of family and friends in attendance here at the Scotiabank Center, and he's not letting them down. Yeah, let's take a look at this play here. Connor Keefe attacking the basket. The reason for a foul there is the turn, the body turn, right? So Kamari Scott is sacrificing his body, but as soon as he turns his body, that's an automatic block. So great call by the official, and great take there by Connor Keefe.
Up to double digits now for Keefe. Can't get the end one to fall. Scott with the rebound. Ankra trying to get inside. Poked away, gets it back. Quick ball movement. Good closeout by Lucas Silas. Connor Keefe as well right there to alter that shot by Miller. Here's Lucas Silas now. Draws the double. He'll drop it off to his brother Cole Silas. Whips it over the Keefe. Nice catch by the big man. Spins in the lane, and he'll draw the foul. And Connor Keefe will go back to the strike.
And hey, we've been talking about the injury that Cole Silas is dealing with. Let's talk about Elijah Miller, because that last shot that he missed shows he's just not the same player as he was yesterday. Not the same player as he was in the AUS tournament. And I don't know what ailment he's dealing with, but it's not the same Elijah Miller. It might just be exhaustion. He could be nursing some kind of an injury. He was absolutely incredible yesterday. That was one of the. And it could just be that he's just out of gas and gave it everything yesterday and left it on the floor. But that was one of the all-time great performances by an AUS guard in a national tournament that he showed yesterday.
He was in his bag for sure. 24 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, had 12 points in that fourth quarter, and was a catalyst along with Kamari Scott to lead the Panthers. Just couldn't get over the threshold. And it was Diego Mafia. He was in his bag. 40 points. He was dynamite. All 3 levels of scoring for the Vikes. Last night was Diego as he hit the deciding 3-pointer with 18.8. All the pressure on them as the Panthers came within striking distance. Man, they took the lead with 4 minutes left. It was a 7-point lead for the Panthers. They fought all the way back. They expended all of that energy. They were down 11 twice. And they were able to battle through that adversity.
And that performance last night by Diego Mafia and Elijah Miller, to me, 2 of the greatest all-time performances in Nationals history. Last night I got a message from Steve Maga, McMaster all-time great. Shout out to Steve Maga, and that's the type of performance you have to compare them to, the Fred Perrys and the Jordan Crouchers and the Randy Noors and the all-time classic performances that we saw last night.
And you mentioned the play of Mafia was Steve Nash-esque. Guy from the West Coast, 2-time MVP in the NBA, an all-time great in this country, if not the best guard that's ever played out of Canada, arguably. I would say he is.
Yes.
Got to give the man his props.
Absolutely.
This UVic squad also had an outstanding point guard back in the day, Eli Pasquale.
Absolutely.
That guy was dynamite, along with Spencer McKay. They were lightning in a bottle for Ken Shields. Nice finish at the rim.
And we have to fact check this, but I think Eli Pasquale actually got drafted to the NBA, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Can't forget his opportunity at the association. Anchor with the teardrop floater. Hits the deck hard. Isaiah back up. Able to carry on here. 59.2. Remaining in the third. A 17-point lead for the Gales. Here's Bet. Jenkins, blow by. Drops it off to Altman. Altman can't finish. Brooks now. Brooks gets inside. Throws it back out to Ankra. Isaiah going to work. Baseline jumper. Nothing but net. Ankra's feeling it late in this third. Bet will hold for the last shot. Difference of 2 seconds on the shot clock and game clock. Brooks with the pressure. Bet's got to get going. Drops it off to Altman. Oh, look out, and St. Pierre will be called for the block. Brandon Altman shaken up on the play.
Let's take a look at that replay. Scary play here. We hope Brandon Altman's all right. Ball screen and roll. Tries to draw a charge by St. Pierre and just a hard fall. But Brandon Altman is up. Looks like he's going to shoot his free throws, and it should be okay. But you can see how much these guys are competing and fighting on every possession here.
So Altman will shoot two. Good look at Olivier St. Pierre. A little anguish there. You can see frustration on his face. Altman unable to get the first one to go. 78% free throw shooter on the season is Altman. 6'8" sophomore from Kitchener, Ontario. Familiar with the AUS, started his U Sports career with the Acadia Axemen. And gets it in right at the buzzer. After 3 quarters complete, the Gales leading it by 17. We're back after these messages. You're watching U Sports here on CBC.
Behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Fans, you too can celebrate each U Sports team's gold medal with Victory, your very own commemorative apparel from T. Litson Sports. Swimming fans of the UBC Thunderbirds and the U of T Varsity Blues, while wrestling fans of the Brock Badgers and Alberta Pandas have been flocking to shop.usports.ca to purchase their piece of history. On Monday, the championship collection from this tournament will be available for purchase. But hurry, supplies will go fast on this limited time offer. That's the U Sports Championship Collection on sale at shop.usports.ca. and I need some of that collection. You got some for me? You got a lot. You're sporting it.
I'm going to be logging on. I'm going to be logging on too. Yeah.
I'm not waiting till Monday. I'm going to get mine early.
Agreed. It's going to be flying off the shelves.
Good look at the fans here. The pride of Prince Edward Island waving the flag at the Scotiabank Center. And the crowds have been outstanding here up to this point, and no doubt they will continue here in Halifax. It's always a kitchen party here on the East Coast for this tournament. Year after year, whoever gets the opportunity to host. This year, St. Francis Xavier X-Men, the host of this national tournament. So the Gales will start with possession here in the fourth. 17-point lead. Bet for three, and now bounce over the backboard. Saved on the end line. Second chance coming up. Aon spins it inside to Brandon Altman. Loses the handle. Gotta hurry. Cole Silas forcing it up. Baseline jumper. Another chance coming up. This third. Cole Silas puts it in. And you can see the hands didn't affect that jumper. Pure technique. Sharpshooter by Cole Silas.
Great looking shot. And we've been talking all tournament about the impact of offensive rebounding, and that was a perfect example. Let's take a look at the replay here. Obviously, UPEI is playing shorthanded and undersized. And there's the kind of clean look that you get off offensive rebounds, right? It's going to be wide open looks. It's usually a foul, layup, or a wide open three on an offensive rebound. So high quality possessions.
That was a clean finish at the rim, and it had nothing but nylon. 9 of 23 from downtown for the Gales. 20-point lead. 50% from the floor. Panthers on the other side. 39% from the floor, 3 of 14 from distance. Here's Altman inside. Altman spins away from traffic. He'll reset, wants it back. Bet, sky hook, won't fall. Ankra now will bring it over the timeline. Ankra gets inside, forces it up. One and done for the Panthers. Altman, three-pointer, got a rim out.
Michael Kelvin II giving his team another opportunity. He's been all over the glass today.
Silas will lay it up and in. Miller will bring it over the timeline. Here's Miller now. Using that screen. Keno Day. Keno Day in there now for the Panthers. First time, number 44. Big man, 6'8". It's a Keno Day.
Yeah, didn't play yesterday, but UPEI has to give them a run here and give them a big in the post to try and battle these big bodies from Queens.
And John Alex Voss will check into the game for the Panthers as well. This young man, outstanding contributor in the community, was the AUS representative for the Community Service Award.
Yep, it's about more than just basketball, right, Vince?
Absolutely. Got to give back. A lot of people to thank on your way to this level. Got to get back to your local community around your city, your town, wherever your institution may be. Chisholm chases down the loose ball. Chisholm now will pull it out. Here's Miller now. Miller trying to turn the corner on Lucas Silas. Blocked from behind by Connor Keith.
Elijah Miller was totally gassed, but he was carrying a lot of weight yesterday, no doubt about it.
Tip not there by Lucas Silas. Clark saves it on the end line. Sam Chisholm gets downhill, no whistle.
Gotta call something there.
John Alex Voss is blocked by Cole Silas. Lucas Silas now poked away. Look at the hustle by
Great
Luka.
hustle play.
Can't save it though. Clark with the turnover, and he'll lay it up and in.
Teams are still fighting, folks. They're battling. They're going to be battling to the last possible second.
20-point lead for the Gales. Kelvin the second puts it in.
Look at that. Shooting the ball beautifully today after struggling mightily yesterday.
This young man, 13 points. 3 of 6 from downtown. Michael Kelvin the second. 5 of 9 from the floor with 6 rebounds. Cole Silas. As Lucas Silas trying to drop it off inside to Connor Keefe. John Alex Voss just trying to play that physical game inside. And Daryl Glenn will call timeout, talk it over here with 6:12 remaining in regulation. We're back after these messages on the other side. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Certaines personnes arrivent à l'université en sachant ce qu'elles vont faire dans la vie. D'autres viennent pour le découvrir. Peu importe la raison, elles trouveront leur chemin à l'Université d'Ottawa. Un chemin vers la connaissance et vers le succès. Vous étudierez avec des professeurs qui sont des leaders dans leur domaine. 89 d'entre eux sont titulaires de chaires de recherche du Canada. Tout au long de votre parcours, des mentors, des conseillers et des accompagnateurs vous appuieront pour que vous développiez votre plein potentiel.
FLW Analytics from Boost Innovation is proud to bring you the 2023 U Sports Basketball Final 8 on CBC. This Canadian-built military-grade software provides guidance on 8 performance mindset characteristics as well as knowledge of tactics and strategy in basketball. FLW Analytics' proven technology is ready for its Canadian release. Learn more about the FLW Analytics launch in Canada by visiting flwanalytics.com or scan your QR code on your screen. FLW Analytics, where champions go to improve their mindset. Alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand. 6:12 remaining in regulation. Gales leading the Panthers 78-55. Lucas Silas, Michael Kelvin the second. Very good game for him. Cameron Batts puts it in. And Cameron has been outstanding this afternoon. He's got 15, 3 of 7 from downtown.
Good shot, and I think it's important to point out to the viewers just how good Queens has been this year. You know, they've been top 10 all season, and one of the only teams in recent memory that I can think of that's beaten both University of Ottawa and Carleton in the same season, right? So very, very deserving of an at-large berth, and nowhere near, you know, the team that they showed, the game that they showed yesterday against X is not the team that Queens has been this season. They've been incredible, and one of the all-time great Queens teams that not only Steph Barry has had there, but in Queens history. They've been dynamic and unbelievable this season.
Back-to-back Final 8 championships for the Gales. As Clark able to get the friendly roll, and Elijah Miller, you can see, he signaled Daryl Glenn to come get him. He's hobbling out there, favoring that ankle. And Keefe will punch it. He'll punch it home with authority with 2 hands.
Yeah, and we've talked about this throughout the broadcast, that Elijah Miller is just not himself, and now he just can't fight anymore. He gave it Herculean effort yesterday, today, and all season. He's been unbelievable this year.
As Chisholm will get it, plus the foul. Sam will go to the line to shoot the and one, excuse me.
We're going to take another look at this play here from Queens. Clicking on all cylinders right now. Drive by Lucas Sillis. Help side defender comes over. Drop off to Connor Keefe. Finishes with authority. Connor Keefe, strong physical athlete playing in front of his family and friends here in Halifax, and storied career at Queens for Connor Keefe.
Chisholm will finish the and one. Kel Brooks will come in for Miller. Connor trying to back his way down. Three-pointer won't fall for Cole, and it will stay with the Gales. Our next game will be a heavyweight matchup. The OUA powerhouses. Two of the top 3 teams in the OUA, the Ravens and the GGs. And that'll be the first semi-final game here on Super Saturday.
Can't wait. That's going to be a classic.
Ankra surveying. Chisholm looking for the screen. Isaiah's got to force it up. Great closeout. Can't get it to fall. Luka now brings it over the timeline. Cameron Vett for 3. Batted around. Now the Panthers on the run out. Brooks lays it up and in. Kel Brooks, the 5th-year senior from East Preston, Nova Scotia. Quality career for the Panthers. He was outstanding in 5 years.
He's been a major impact player for that program, and a huge reason why we're here at Nationals. Can't say enough about the Kel Brooks and their seniors and how they turned around that program for Darabon.
Luka for 3, nothing but nylon.
Luka Phillips for 3.
Brooks will pull it out. John Alex Voss for 3. Batted around. Here's Cameron Vett on the run up. Stolen by Brooks. Foot race to the rim. Brooks will lay it up and in. And Steph Berry will call timeout. Wants a timeout, won't get it. Officials say we'll play on. Didn't get it in time for Coach Berry.
And we talked about this yesterday, Vince. At what point do you take out your starters and your key players? And I think for Queens, we're getting really close to that time, for sure.
Sam Chisholm can't gather it, and he'll commit the foul. Steph Berry will get his timeout, and we'll have a plethora of substitution. Right on cue, Nate. Everybody, all 5 will come out. And we'll get an opportunity to see some of the younger players get an opportunity here at the national level to play.
Great sub. Great sub. You got to prepare your team for not only next season, future nationals, but next. Hopefully they want to be back to the Final 8 next year, and these guys will help them get there.
Aeon Zotir, Kai Dale, Dalen and Zotir as well, number 6. That turnaround, not there for Ryan Heim. Campbell, though, able to finish. Zeb had some quality minutes last night off the bench.
He did. We talked about his effort, his toughness. I pointed out I saw him bleeding from his mouth and his knee yesterday. He gave great effort, great toughness, and that's something that I've seen during my time at York was, he bothered us with his effort, his toughness, and his physicality. So definitely played a role in the game yesterday and in their comeback.
And you need that from your younger players, that lunch pail type of mentality. Guy just comes to work every day, puts in the hard work, the heavy lifting, blue collar type individual. Every team needs individuals like that to make up a championship team.
Absolutely, and one thing, Vince and everyone that's been around high-level athletics, it's not only the guys that are getting the major minutes on the floor, but you have to have guys that buy in practice and push the starters and push the key players. So it's nice to see those guys get rewarded with minutes here on the national stage because those guys build championship teams too, right? If you're not pushing the starters in practice every day, then they're not going to get better throughout the season.
Yeah, you need those foot soldiers on your team. Great applause for Dekel Brooks as he made his way off the bench, the fifth-year senior for the UPEI Panthers. Play his last game here at the Scotiabank Center, and rightfully so. He earned it.
Fantastic player, fantastic young man, and has had a huge impact on his program.
Jenkins knocks down another triple as Isaiah Ankara will come out as well. He's one of the fifth-year seniors as well from North York, Ontario.
And Isaiah Ankara, I believe, won a national championship at Seneca College, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure did.
Fantastic career in the OCAA and CCAA, and finished strong here at UPEI, another major impact guy in their program.
John Alex Voss, contact, +1. He'll go to the line for the N1 attempt. 42.4 remaining in regulation.
His first, team fifth, Voss shoots 1.
Chisholm coming out for the Panthers. Applause from the UPEI faithful. Dynamic game yesterday and has had a great season, and another impact guy for the Panthers.
Aquino Day back in there. Ayon can't get the pull up to fall. Here's Olivier St. Pierre. He was dynamic yesterday, knocking down threes when they needed it.
And we should point out, we didn't get to recognize the Queens players because all 5 came off at the same time. But
yes, absolutely.
What a performance by the Queens starters in this game and throughout the season. Connor Keefe, Cameron Bett, Cole Silas, Lucas Silas. Fantastic season, fantastic performance today.
Yeah, they were outstanding, and we knew that they were going to step up today.
Big time.
The leadership, just the high compete level, the high basketball IQ on full display. Athleticism, outstanding decision-making off the bounce, unselfish basketball, you name it. They did it all this afternoon.
They showed what Queens basketball is all about and represented Queens and the OUA very, very well today.
Won't be the last time we'll see Steph Barry's team here at the Final 8. They will make a number of appearances here. So your final thoughts real quick here.
Yeah, really, I think UPEI just kind of lost gas from that performance last night, and they battled, but they just didn't have the juice today. Queens just proved what type of team they are, and one of the cream of the crop in the OUA, and it was kind of blunt force trauma here. There was just nothing the Panthers could do to battle back, and Queens was phenomenal today on both ends.
UPEI, you could see in the handshake line, they're a battle-tested team. As the thigh injury for Elijah Miller, we were trying to figure out what it was, and we got a good glimpse at it as he had a bag of ice on that left thigh in the handshake line.
And so much of nationals is about being healthy at the right time. You try and prepare as a coach to play your best basketball in March at nationals, but so much of it is chance and luck, right? If your best player is injured and slowed and hobbled and exhausted, then there's not much you can do without your best players shining at the key moments. So a lot of things have to come together to be able to make a run at the national championship tournament.
And now we'll find out who the Nike players of the game. If you're the Gales, I got to go with Connor Keefe.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of guys to choose from with Queens, but we saw Cole Silas, Cameron Bett, and Keefe that were all fantastic today, and hats off DeKel Brooks, player of the game for
Yes.
UPEI. You know, fantastic effort from him, fantastic career, and really, you know, the pride of East Preston. He did everyone proud today.
Absolutely, lots of fans and family and friends. 14 points on 6 of 12 shooting. There it is, the local boy. Another fifth-year senior from Halifax, Connor Keefe, the Nike player of the game for the Gales. Big smile there by Keefe. Let's take a look at what he done in this game.
Yeah, Keefe just dominated down low, you know, really knows his strengths and plays to them, you know, doesn't do anything outside of himself and outside of his own game. Strong physical seals in the post, you know, finished with authority, finished with both hands, you know, showed the full package. Rebounding, defense, rolls to the basket, solid seals in the post, you know, does everything that you ask from your bigs. And fantastic performance for the fifth-year senior, Connor Keefe.
And standing by, the Nike player of the game, Connor Keefe. Connor, how important was it to show the country that you were going to play Gales basketball this afternoon?
Yeah, it was definitely really important to all the guys to come out hard, and yeah, I was just really proud of the guys for bouncing back after a tough loss last night, and yeah, couldn't be happy with how we played today.
You're a fifth-year senior. You're a local talent from Halifax. How special is it to have family and friends in the building cheering you on?
It's really special. I mean, this is my hometown, and it's always nice to play here, and it's yeah, a special opportunity I get to finish my career out here. So yeah, I'm very thankful.
And going forward, what will we see from this team to finish out this tournament?
Hopefully some more of what you saw today. Just play hard, play the Gales way, and yeah, finish with another win.
Connor, congratulations. We appreciate you. Good luck tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Connor Keefe, the player of the game, the Nike player of the game. So, for the hardworking people behind the scenes, providing all the pictures and sounds here at Scotiabank Center, and Nate Philippe, I'm Vince Williams saying thank you for watching the 2023 U Sports Final 8 Men's Basketball Championship on CBC Sports. But the next telecast, don't forget to be here. Carleton will take on Ottawa, and it will be a classic. So long from Halifax. We'll see you next time. Once again, the Gales 93, the Panthers 68. So long from Halifax.
U Sports on CBC. Les championnats U Sport. Brought to you in part by. Vous êtes présenté par Nike Team. Just do it. Faites-le. Barron, exclusive supplier of U Sports Championship rings. Le fournisseur exclusif des bagues de championnat U Sport. Fox 40, celebrating a decade of the Fox 40 U Sports Coach of the Year program. Fier partenaire des prix de l'entraîneur de l'année U Sport depuis 10 ans. By Veriburn, proud medical supplier to university sports since 1979. Fier partenaire du sport universitaire depuis 1979. The Government of Canada, le gouvernement du Canada,